Hey guys, welcome back to the Record Room, and I know what you're thinking, another episode this quickly, and well, I do try and like to space them out, but I also live by the rule of, well, if there's something worth talking about, we should talk about it, and well, this album, the latest from The Cure, Songs of a Lost World. This album took me, surprise doesn't even, surprise isn't even a big enough word. I was not expecting this album. I mean, to be honest, I've had a few things come towards the tail end of the year. We're in early November now. This actually came out on Halloween, I think. There have been a few albums towards the end of this year that I've really fell in love with. The Sedan album, the Abriction album. There are a few others. I probably will do a rundown at the end of the year. One thing I didn't have on my bingo card was The Cure releasing a new album and it being so unbelievably fantastic that I'd want to buy it instantly and go and make a video about it. But that's exactly what's happening right here, right now. I streamed the album, I think, Friday. You know, I do like The Cure. I wouldn't say I'm not a diehard fan or anything. I have a couple of their records and, you know, sure. I like all the singles, I really do, but I've never really dove deep into The Cure, not that much. You know, the albums that I love, like Head on the Door, you know, I love those albums. I think they're fantastic, but, you know, past a certain point, I wouldn't say that I kept up with The Cure that much. So for me, a new Cure album was kind of like, oh, that's, you know, that's cool. I'll give that a listen. And I put it on, and literally like that, I was lost for words. It is so incredible, so unbelievably incredible. The album is very, very dynamic in places, long instrumental passages. Robert Smith's vocals sound fantastic. It's just, I am totally blown away by this album. It is fantastic. If you are a cursory Cure fan at best, and you haven't heard this yet, like, run to your nearest streaming device, give this a listen. It is phenomenal, and it is available in a few different vinyl variants. I only have one here, and I am going to purchase one other copy for maybe a comparison video down the line, but there are a couple of different ones, and it's kind of, I think there are 4 or 5 in total. There is the Bio 180 gram black vinyl, which I'll talk about in a second. There is a limited edition indie store grey marble vinyl. There was a limited edition glow-in-the-dark picture disc, I think, that was sold through Blood Records. And I believe there's a Spotify exclusive picture disc, as well as a 2LP half-speed master, which, to be perfectly honest with you, a half-speed mastering, I don't think it's that fantastic. I really don't. It's a digital process, so for me it's like, oh, great. Yeah, it's not really a thing that I'm into. But the albums that I've seen the black vinyl and the marble vinyl. They both say bio vinyl. Now, bio vinyl, don't be put off by that. Bio vinyl is essentially, they're using regrind. And on black vinyl, most black vinyl has regrind in it these days. It's just an efficient way of recycling, and also no one talks about it, so no one brings it up. It never gets questioned. Nobody cares. Regrind essentially is when you are recycling a vinyl LP, black vinyl in this case. They punch out the center so there is no paper label, and then the vinyl is ground up and reused, so regrind. Been happening for years. Decades. No one ever really talks about it, so it's never really been a thing, but I'm assuming that's exactly what this is. And even after my last video where I kind of talked about berating HMV, I did also purchase this in my local HMV store because I couldn't get to my record store where I like to buy records from, and I couldn't be without it. I had to have it because I want to hear it again. I listened to it once and fell in love and thought, right, my next listen has to be on my chosen format of choice, which is always going to be vinyl. And so this is a single disc LP, $29.99. I haven't busted this out yet, so I can't talk about the sound quality, but what I will do is when I have the bio vinyl version, when I have the indie vinyl version, because I have purchased a copy of that. I just need to go and pick it up. I will do a side-by-side sound comparison and see if there is anything different. And if you guys are really, really curious about the Half-Speed Master, I'll try and snag a copy of that as well. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's going to be all that much to write home about. So it's nice. It's black flooded inside. So you can see on the inside there, hopefully the sleeve on the inside is black, which we don't normally get. And is there something in there? There is not something in there. It was just the light shining down, but you never know. Sometimes they put extra stuff in there, a download code, something like that. And then you've got a printed inner sleeve, which I'm not a fan of because they usually cause a lot of static buildup and generally aren't great for records. But this one is cool. Got the lyrics and some information there. And I gotta say, my favorite track on the album so far, Drone No Drone. It's, well, epic is, I don't want to say epic because I say epic all the time, but it is, whoa. And as I said before, this is 180 gram black vinyl. And it looks like that, nothing special. It's just a black vinyl LP. Now, something they did that was quite unusual. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever come across it before. So that would be worth checking out. But this version, the black vinyl version, as it says here by the hype sticker, is mastered by Miles Scholl at Abbey Road, I'm assuming. The marble vinyl version is actually mastered by Bernie Grundman. So two different mastering engineers cutting the same LP. I don't know how they're going to sound. Miles Scholl, I think I've probably only really heard his mastering on Beatles material. I'm not aware of any of the other records that he's done that I have. Bernie Grundman, though, I've been buying records that he's mastered for decades. So be interesting to see how the two compare. But at the end of the day, this is an absolutely phenomenal album. Definitely going on my list of albums of the year. It is absolutely superb. I probably will do a follow-up video once I have the other version to talk about which version sounds the best. But for now, if you haven't heard it, please check it out ASAP. And remember, guys, you can follow us online at Record Room Show. We are on Instagram, X, and Facebook. But the best way to communicate with me is right here on YouTube. So leave me a like, a comment, and why not subscribe while you're already there. But until next time, stay gold and spin those blackest circles.